Good morning, everybody. It's Monday morning. It's bright and early, and we are going through my weekly figures. Can I just say it's the first week we've done a reservation at Mansfield. We're not opening until November the 13th, so we're still 5-ish weeks away. Yeah, 5 weeks today. 5 weeks today. Oh my God. Oh God, goosebumps and nervous. And we took our first 2 reservations. We reserved a 200 square foot from a company that we actually know in Hull and deal with. And so they're long term, and then 100 square foot. Interestingly, they came from Store First. They got in touch with us and said, how much do you charge? We told them, and he told us he was paying over £300 a month for storage in Store First for a 50 square foot. That's mental. But that really, really encouraged me, because that means that Store First must be doing the model that a lot of people in the UK are doing, but they're doing more aggressively in America, where you come in at one price, but that's a street rate. Nobody wants you to pay the street rate. Oh, no. They want you to come in on the street rate and then increase your prices. So that means that I'm going to check out. I can't give you the prices for Store First because I've got the data, but I haven't got it to hand. So that means they're paying over £75 per week. Let's say it's £75 a week. I'm going to go do some public maths here on my phone. It's not really public maths. Right. So that means 75 divided by 1.2, because we get the VAT off, because we pay VAT, they don't, because each individual unit is a pension fund, and it's an investment. It's very complicated, but it's genius. But some people don't like it. It's not breaking the rules; it's bending the rules. It's a grey area. I've got nothing against them, by the way, because I know that a lot of people in the industry don't like it, and I don't know if I did get told. I don't know if it's true, so I haven't checked. They're not SSA approved because of how they formatted the business. And again, allegedly, I don't know. I got told that, but I don't remember saying SSA approved on their website. So maybe they're not. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. I don't know. But they're pretty certain they don't pay VAT. But we would do. So £75. So 50 square foot unit, £300 is £75 a week. And he said at least, I think it was like 350, but let's say it's 300. So for us, 75 divided by 1.2 is the VAT amount. And then we times it by 52. That's £3,250 per year. Then we divide it by 50. If you can see that, they're getting £65 per square foot. £65 per square foot from that customer. That is exciting. It's bizarre. It's brilliant. It just shows what you can do with price increases. And yes, that customer's finally left, but he only left because another site that we're the only comparable site to them. Well, we've got better security. And he was stuck. He was stuck there, so he couldn't move anywhere else. And so that's why he come to us, and he got a 100 square foot unit for less money per week. That is bonkers. Anyway, so that really, really excited me this week. I might do something in my newsletter about this. Don't forget, mrselfstorage.com. Sign up the free newsletter, daily newsletter. We give you a self-storage tip every single day, and show you my fingers. Fingers? I want to show you my fingers. The fingers. Show you my reports every single day. Most of my reports. Don't show you all my reports, because some things have got to be confidential. So yeah, I might actually do a post on that, because that is that is bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. But it just shows what you can do. The revenue management, the scalability of self-storage. It's nuts. Anyway, so we've got our first 2 customers at Mansfield. So really, really excited there. Right, let's get on to the figures. And we'll start with how much we took this last week, because that's the first thing in my newsletter. We took 36,518. Jesus, it's hard to read. It comes up on my, I tell you what, I'm gonna get it on my phone, because at the minute it comes out on these reports are coming all out goggly-doop on my, when I put them on my Mac, for some reason, it just goes ones and zeros, so I can't really read it. Anyway, you don't really bother about that, but I can read it on my mobile phone, which is ironic. Let's have a look. Right, here we go. So we took £3,045 at Wrexham. Wrexham is flying, by the way. We will show you in a minute. Clough Road, we took £7,852. At Beverley, we took £3,785. And at Willoughby, we took 21,834. Incredible. One of my newsletters this week is going to be, what proportion of my revenue is debt? How much am I spending on debt? It's fascinating. Just had a meeting with my accountant about it. And so why not share it with you? Am I happy with that figure? No. Well, good question. Well, no, I don't like it, but is it sustainable? Yes. And so you just got to keep an eye on that figure to make sure it don't go over. Anyway, we're going to go do a deep dive into that in my newsletter, mrselfstorage.com. Plugging it. We had loads of new members and we're having such good open rates. So yeah, check it out. It's very, very interesting. And by the way, I'm documenting all the things I'm learning all the time, because we started out as a small business with Beverly 24 taking 60 grand a year, and now we're taking 1.5 million. Don't get me wrong, please don't get me wrong thinking I'm a big business, because I am in no way, shape or form a big business at all. Will we get to a big business? Hopefully. And I'm learning all the way, because the bigger we grow, the biggest skills I need to operate this company. Management of people, for one, revenue management in terms of cash flow. And I'm loving learning all these skills. I'm up leveling all the time. And so this isn't me telling you what to do. It's me documenting what I'm learning, because I don't think I'm qualified to tell you what to do. I'm qualified to tell you what I've done and what I'm learning, because it's like a journey I'm going through. I love it. I love it. It's bloody stressful, because all of a sudden that you've got all this capital expenses coming in, and then you've got these asset finances, and then you've got another bill to pay, and you're thinking, fuck, where do we get the cash flow from? And it's everybody's. I was talking to some mates, some dads the other day, and I was like, well, you must be absolutely coining it, and look at you, how much money you're at bit down. Like, yeah, but all that goes on debt and stuff. None of that. I don't really see any of that, because I'm growing. If I stop growing, then yeah, it'd be great. But I don't want to stop growing. And just before this, I started writing an article for mrselfstorage.com about a controversial view where I think you are safer with more. The bigger you get, the safer you are. And the less that you're relying on one facility, obviously less reliant on one facility, but I think the bigger you are, the more stable you are, and the less the economy, the outside world can affect you. Controversial view, I know, but I go into it, the reasons why I think so. I'll give you some examples, and I'm really enjoying writing that article, by the way. I've been writing the last 20 minutes, and so that might come out Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah, really enjoying writing that. And yeah, I just enjoy growing. If I didn't grow, I'd just be bored. So yeah, I enjoy growing. Is there a risk to growing? Fuck yeah, absolutely. A massive, massive risk to growing. I've got, I've got some money I need to pay back in the next 30 days. We have an agreement, interest only, until they needed 60 days notice. They give 60 days because they need some money to do something else. I'm like, where am I going to get that cash from? And then somebody's going, I'll lend you some, I'll lend you some, I'll lend you some. Somebody wants equity. Somebody wants a high interest rate. I'm like, oh. Anyway, it's fun. It's exciting. Loads of people, by the way, want equity. But I get people's point. It'll be easier to grow giving away equity. But I've turned down, there's no way now that I would take equity from, well, somebody's got to give value. You've got to give value to get equity. And I turned down a billionaire who would give amazing, amazing value. I mean, holy shit. I turned down a billionaire to invest 49% into the company. And I turned it down. Was it the right decision? It was the right decision for me. It might not be the right decision for you, but it was 100% the right decision for me. And so therefore, when somebody now asks for equity, I'm thinking, well, there's the benchmark of the billionaire who could open so many doors and give me, he's actually said, I'll give you £10 million £2 million a year for the next 5 years to open 2 sites a year. He said, if you can open more, I want you to open more. So it was almost an open checkbook, and it'd be the best in class. But I said no, because I didn't want to put pressure on myself. And then I've got other people who are mentors of mine that wanted to put equity. So they was offering value as well. And so if I've turned down equity plus loads of value, other people coming in now, I can't just take money off people, just money. Anyway, long story short is that, yes, it's harder for me to expand with just on my own. It's without doubt harder. Yeah, it's harder. It's going to take longer. It's more stressful, but it's all mine. And I get to do what I want. Like today, do you know what I'm doing today? I'm taking the kids to school. I'm walking to the coffee shop, spending an hour in coffee shop, writing some newsletter articles. And then I am going to the gym, coming back, getting my tuna wrap. I'm going to the seaside in Scarborough. I've got an 8K walk that I do, listening to my headphones, and then I've got a coffee shop that I sitting there, and I'm going to do a couple of hours work. Bada bing, bada boom. My Monday's done. I love it. If I had equity partners, I couldn't do that. Well, I could do that, but I'd feel a little bit more pressure to spend more time looking for sites, etc., and spending more time away. Anyway, long story short, yes, it's harder to grow. Yes, it's stressful trying to find the right investors and getting the right interest rates and stuff and keeping on top of all that. So long story short, yes, I'm going to show you my debt to revenue ratio this week on store, and then it will come out in a couple of months on the podcast as well. Right, that's what normally happens. By the way, I put it on the email first of all, and then I'll do a podcast in my own words, and obviously you get my own view of it a couple months later. Right, let's have a look at Willoughby's figures. 39 quotes, so good on the quotes. Jesus Christ, spent 11 minutes already. 13 reservations, that's a conversion rate of 33%. We got 10 move-ins, that's a conversion rate of 26%, so not too bad there. Move-ins, disappointing here. Only 650, but one person took an extra room, so that means we moved in 775 square foot overall. We moved out 800 square foot, so we're down 25 square foot. So disappointing week, to be honest, because yes, we was due to lose 200 square foot, but I always think we get more square foot along the way. So I thought we'd get a positive week. So lost 25 square foot. We've got 11 rooms moved in, 11 out. So we've got 332 internal rooms, 51 containers rented out. We may need some more containers there. Again, more capital expense, more debt. Freaking hell. It's just this hamster wheel. As soon as I get off this hamster wheel of expanding, then the cash will just keep coming in. But, well, hopefully. But I don't want to. I want to keep going. 78% occupied, 77.58. I'm rounding up, okay. £29.58 pound average move-in per merchandise sale. £6,000 average insurance per move-in, so good. We're expecting 9 move-ins this next week for 725 square foot. We're expecting out 1,005. So we're going to lose around 280 square foot this week. But again, I expect it to be positive because I expect at least 400 square foot to be added to that bottom line. Clough Road, bad week at Clough Road. 26 quotes, 6 reservations, so a conversion rate of 23%. One bloody move-in, 160 square foot. Guess that's a 4% conversion rate. Bad. Quotes to move-ins. Bad. One more time, because I really do think bad week at Clough Road. We lost 680 square foot. This is why you don't want to be single store dependent. Single store dependent. Hey, mind you, I like that word. I don't think I've put it like that. Let's have a look at my self-storage tips. Controversial view. Do you know what? I'm going to pause this so I can write that. 1 second. I'm back. I wrote it. I knew you guys didn't want me to write single source dependent. Anyway, that's for tomorrow's email. I think it's going to be tomorrow. Yeah, you don't want to be single source dependent because if we only had Clough Road right now, I'd be thinking, oh my God, the world's coming down. Because we lost 680 square foot. However, we've got more sites and overall, it wasn't a good week. I don't think it was a good week, but I don't think, let's have a look. I think we're still down, but we wasn't massively down. Wrexham, 7, so it was 740 up at Wrexham, spoiler alerts, that's 640, 40 down. Yeah, so it was like under 100 square foot down overall last week. So that's why I don't believe, controversial view, I know, but you don't want to be single store dependent because you're at the wills and mercy of that one site, which is tough. Anyway, right, so we moved in £12,000 worth of insurance for that one customer, so that's good, that's a positive. This next week, we're due in 4 move-ins for 200 square foot. We're due out 3 for 200 square foot, so blank week. So again, I expect us to be positive. Don't forget though, Clough Road, it was a very, very high net positive month last month, so that's a bonus as well. Beverley, my competitors are starting to use pay-per-clicks. Now, before we was first on SEO, so if you was going to go to Beverley, then you see us first, and that was it. Now my competitors are using pay-per-clicks, so that tells me 2 things. Number 1, they cannot be doing too well because you do not do pay-per-clicks if you're full. Well, at Beverley, I wasn't doing any paid advertising. Why? Because I didn't need to be. I didn't need to. We got quotes coming in, etc., and we was it was 90% full-ish. So why do I need to bother? I don't need to waste money, because if someone's going to click, they're going to click on me anyway, because I was already top. Now my competitors are moving, doing pay-per-clicks. It tells me that they could be struggling. Because why would you do pay-per-clicks otherwise? They haven't done it before, but they're doing it now. And so my quotes, I think it's had an impact. So my question is now two things. Number one, that they might be struggling. Two, does it mean that I need to start doing pay-per-clicks? So let's get onto the figures. 5 quotes per day. That's why you should always keep looking, by the way, at your competitors. 5 quotes overall, 2 reservations. So not too bad on the reservations, 40% conversion rate. We had 1 move in for 50 square foot. We had 150 square foot move out, so it was minus 100 square foot here. 1 move in, 3 external rooms moved out. We're 87% full. Insurance for that one person was £5,000, so it's a £5,000 average. This next week, we're due in 1 for 160 square foot, and we're due out 155. Wrexham, my new baby. Oh, baby. Amount of quotes per day. Amount of quotes, 14 quotes. Number of reservations, 13. So 21% conversion rate. 6 move-ins, baby. That means a 43% conversion rate. We moved in 740 square foot. I have a swig of tea. Guess how much square foot moved out? And for years, for those eagle-eyed people who listened intently, you should know this, because I've already told you net square foot up for Wrexham. Can't beat your cup of tea in the morning. 740 square foot moved in, 0 square foot moved out. So we're net 740. Wrexham is bubbling, my friends. We've got extra containers. We've got 8 containers there now. We've filled 6 of them already. So we're increasing the lettable square foot. We're increasing the revenue. We're increasing the profit. Yes, to make the compound, we had to put a gate on. We had to put palisade fencing around. It cost like 20 or 30 grand to do that, maybe a bit more. We put massive signs on. So we have spent money there, but it doesn't matter, because it does matter. But we've spent money, but we've increased the capacity. We've increased the potential. We've now got a clear pathway to that £100,000 profit. Yes, it's going to take 12 months to get there, but this site was making £10,000 when we took it over. And so we're going to 10x the profitability of the site just by changing a few things. And by the way, the old owner, bless him, he doesn't like what we're doing. Of course he won't do. He doesn't like the fact it's manless. He doesn't like the fact now you've got PIN codes to get in. Before, they was only open. They weren't open Sundays. They weren't open Thursdays. And they was only open until 2 o'clock on a Saturday. And unless they was there, you couldn't get access to your stuff. And there was the older generation, and with the best will in the world, that's great. If you want to run it like that, that's absolutely fine. But times are changing. People expect longer opening hours. You can now get into your lockers 24 hours a day. The customers love it. People aren't moving. We're increasing prices. It's a massive, massive difference. And yeah, one of my team members bumped into the old owner, and he wasn't very happy. He was saying, "You've changed everything. I don't like this PIN code access. I like somebody there guarding my stuff when I'm coming." I said, "Well, security cameras, you need PIN code access. It's more secure now than it was before. You said you shutter her open all the time, all day long. You was in the office, you couldn't see nothing." And yeah, it's just change. And unfortunately, people don't like change. But it had to change, because it was only making £10,000 a year. But on top of that, the rent was going up £10,000 the next year. So it was making nothing. So something had to change. And I do feel sorry for people, because, yeah, it's tough, isn't it? Because you come along, they've been working there 15 years, and all of a sudden this company thinks, oh, we know what to do, blah, 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 we'll change everything. And it must be heartbreaking. It's almost like saying to the person, you had no idea what you're doing. Here's what you do properly to make money. And it's life. I have to do it, but I also appreciate where that guy's coming from. Because I said to the team, when we see him, when we meet him, just hear him out, just listen, be empathetic, and just kindness, because he must be. Obviously, it's his life work, and we've ripped up his playbook and doing our own playbook, and it must be. I mean, to be honest, I did tell him what was going to do, make it manless, put a gate around there, PIN code access. I did tell him all this. I did tell him, and so yeah, I just feel a bit sad for him, because you don't want to make someone feel not worthy, less, I suppose. I don't know. You just don't. I don't feel comfortable doing that, and but there's no other way around it because I have to make money from it, and I can't pay someone 30 grand a year, 20 grand a year, whatever it is, to sit there when we don't need anybody there. It's not done anyway. There's it's just part and parcel of business. So need to. I was gonna say, grow up a little bit. I don't know. Grow up. I don't know. Anyway, let's get on with it. Right. So 14. I don't even know where I am at. But yeah. Right. So 27,000 pounds worth of insurance, 4,500 average per move-in for insurance, 2 move-ins due this next week for 225 square foot, 2 move-outs due for 100 square foot. So again, another net positive week expected at Wrexham, 125 square foot. Google Analytics, we had 432 users, which was up 20% from last week. We had 24 reservations because we had 26 in total, but 2 of them was from Beverly, and obviously Beverly's a different website. So the Stormore website is converting at 6% from top of funnel. So 420 visitors first of all, and that filtered down to 24 reservations, which is 6% of the overall visitors. So that is really good. If you get over 5%, you're doing incredible. I think the national average is something like 1 point something. So yeah, websites are key. Massive, massive thing. What else can I sell you? I think that is it. I think there's one more thing. Reservations. Yeah, we had 4 reservations online. 4 reservations online. Yeah, but only 3. So booked online after speaking to Claire, right? So only 3 of them. So 1 booked online after speaking to Claire. So we had 4 bookings online, but only 3 of them was booking online without actually speaking to somebody else. So I put in the newsletter 4 and divided by 26, but it's really 3 because I spoke to Claire first. Divided by 26 equals 12%. So 12% of our reservations came from online only. Right, my friends, I love you. I appreciate you. I need to get the kids ready for school. I'll speak to you Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Can't get away from me, suckers. See you later. Love you. Bye-bye.